Hi everyone, welcome back to Study Talks. In today's episode, we are going to dive into something every student can relate to: how to stay productive while studying. Sometimes studying feels easy, but other times it feels like such a heavy burden, right? So today we are going to talk about motivation, habit, and how to make studying feel more meaningful and less stressful. But before we start, let's welcome our guest for today. Okay guys, please come in. Welcome guys. Thanks for being here today. How are you all feeling? Great. Before we jump into the questions, I'd like to ask each of you to introduce yourself.
Hello guys, my name is Rani.
Hello, my name is Nayuka.
Hello guys, my name is Sophia.
Hello guys, my name is Nadya. Hi guys, my name is Wulan.
Awesome, thank you all. Alright, now let's get into our discussion. First question, what usually motivates you to keep studying and stay enthusiastic, yeah?
My motivation to keep studying is remembering my dreams and goals in life.
That's really inspiring, Pia. Remembering your dreams and goals is such a powerful way to stay driven. Alright, let's move on to the next question. Have you ever felt that studying becomes a burden instead of a need? How do you change that mindset?
Oh, I've definitely done it. So I'm the kind of person who doesn't really like math, and every time I study math, it feels like a burden for me. And every time I study, I feel like I can be bothered to listen to the teacher to explain, and I don't really understand the material. And of course, I don't want to continue like this, so I try to change my mindset to be like this. Every problem has a solution, just like problems in life. As long as you want to think and try, then the problem will be solved. From there, I slowly started to learn to understand math problems that I thought were complicated. And yes, I succeeded in changing my mindset.
That's an amazing mindset change, right? Turning something heavy into something meaningful takes effort, and you did it. Okay, let's go on to the next one. How do you manage your time between studying, assignment, and other activities?
I manage my time by prioritizing tasks. I finish the most important work first. Then I move to lighter activities so everything feels more organized.
This makes a lot of sense. Prioritizing tasks definitely keeps things organized. Alright, speaking of routines, here's the next question. Do you follow a fixed study schedule or is your study routine more flexible?
My study schedule is flexible. I have a general plan for when to study, but I adjust it depending on my mood, workload, or other activities that come up.
Hmm. Flexible schedules are super practical, especially when life gets busy. Okay, moving on. Do you have any tips to avoid procrastinating on tasks or studying?
Yes, I have tips to avoid delaying study. Set small achievable goals, keep your phone away, use a timer, and start. Even if you don't feel like it once you begin, it gets easier to continue.
Those are solid tips. Starting is always the hardest part, so your advice is super helpful. Let's continue to the next question. How do you deal with days when your study motivation drops really low?
For me, usually it's because I'm really bored, so my interest in studying goes down. And to get my enthusiasm back, I usually watch horror movies or read my favorite novels. Maybe you think this is strange, because how can horror movies raise my enthusiasm back for studying? But for some reason, I suddenly get excited every time I finish watching a horror movie. Maybe because the jump scare in the movie helps get my heart pumping. Usually after that, I started to get excited again and start studying again. Later, if I get bored again, I just repeat the process like that.
The horror movie method is definitely unique. But hey, if it works, it works. Alright, let's go on. Do you prefer studying alone or with friends and why?
I prefer studying with my friends because I enjoy the time we spend together. It's not boring and we can share ideas with each other.
This sounds really fun. Studying with friends can make everything feel lighter. Okay, let's continue. When you get stuck or don't understand a topic, what do you usually do to figure it out?
If I don't understand the material, I usually look for other explanation online or ask friends who are more knowledgeable. Sometimes I also take a short break in my mind before continuing studying.
Hmm, that's a great strategy, right? Taking breaks and looking for a clearer explanations really helps. Alright, moving forward. Do you think being productive means studying non-stop without taking breaks?
In my opinion, it doesn't have to be like that. Being productive actually means being able to balance yourself in all respect without feeling overwhelmed by the activities you're doing. You can't just focus on one thing and ignore everything else because in life there are many things that need attention. A productive life is a well organized life where each part complements the others.
Exactly. Productivity is all about balance, not burnout.
Yes.
Okay, next question. How do you balance your time between studying, resting, and entertainment?
Oh, it's easy. If it's a weekday, I definitely prioritize my studying. Usually, I study for 2 hours a day and taking 15 minutes break in between. If it's a weekend, I usually just review the lesson that I still don't understand.
That's a healthy routine. Prioritizing weekdays and relaxing on weekends is a smart approach. Alright, moving on. What are the effects when someone focuses too much on studying and ignores their mental health or physical health?
If someone focuses too much on studying and ignores their mental and physical health, the effect is simple. The brain gets tired, the body starts to drop, and the learning result gets worse. It can lead to burnout, irritability, difficulty focusing, and the material won't stick. Basically, the more you force it, the messier it gets. That's right.
So true. Forcing yourself too much only leads to burnout and worse results, right? Okay, next one. Is there any small habit that you think really helps improve study productivity?
A small habit that can improve productivity is making a schedule that looks fun and cute. When taking notes or making summaries, use colorful pens so it's not boring to read.
Oh, that's adorable. Cute notes and colorful pens really do make studying more fun, huh? Alright, next question. What is your biggest challenge in maintaining consistent productive studying?
The biggest challenge is maintaining consistent and productive study habits usually come down to three things. First, fluctuating moods. Second, laziness or getting easily distracted. And third, not having a clear goal, which makes studying feel directionless. Those three are what most often disrupt a steady study rhythm.
Totally relatable.
Yes.
Mood change, distractions, and unclear goals. We've all been there. Okay, now for our final question. If you could give one message to your friends who want to be more productive in studying, what will it be?
My advice to friends who want to be more productive, don't wait for motivation to come. Just start, even if just a little. Consistency is more important than duration because small habits done consistently will yield big results.
That's such an encouraging message, but consistency really does beat motivations. So in the end, productive studying isn't about forcing yourself or studying non-stop. It's about balance. It's about knowing your goals, giving yourself breaks, and finding what works best for you. To everyone listening, don't stress too much, find your rhythms, keep learning, and make studying something you actually enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in to Study Talks. And thank you to our amazing guests for sharing your thoughts today. See you in the next episode.